All right, so today we are on day 3 with Bowie. This is going to be broken up into 2 parts. First part is going to be by myself with Bowie, and it's going to be on lure. And the second half is going to be done by Catherine, and that's going to be on the loose leash walking. So we are still, I'm always going to go ahead and backtrack and give you a refresh of what we did last time on our video. Last time on our video we had talked about the teach phase. Now the teach phase, we went over markers and how we're able to get him to understand what those markers mean. But also in the teach phase, we have to remember that all of this is us trying to find a way to make him do something in the manner that he wants to do it. So what that means is I'm not going to be physically forcing him to do anything with the leash. I'm not going to be physically dragging him anywhere. I can stop him from going somewhere by limiting the leash, but I'm not actually going to be pulling him onto things during this particular time in his training. So we talked about the 3 phases that he learns in. We're still learning about phase 1. Phase 1 is the teach phase. Phase 2 is the train phase. Phase 3 is going to be the proofing phase, where he proves to us that he understands the skill that he's learned, and underneath 4 particular elements. All right. So back to the teach phase. This is the happy-go-lucky phase. This is the sunshine and butterflies phase, where it's all treats. He's happy, 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 happy. We're using those high tones to get him to do things for us. And we're using his treats to get him into a habit. Hey, buddy. Oh, what's that? What's that, Bubba's? Here we go. So right now, as you can see, I'm making his head go certain ways, right? And his head is right on it. This is called luring. So if you can't see my hand, I'm going to come straight up to the camera. I'm using the meat that I have in my hand, and I'm using my fingers as a blocking force, where he can smell it, but I can even close over the top because I want him to be able to smell it. I want him to be able to come to it, and I am literally just using this to lure him to do circles. Come on, buddy. Yes. Or sitting down. Yes. And I'm able to actually physically move him where I want without actually yanking along his leash. When you're doing this, you want to be using your leash, because the more you practice with your leash, the better and better you get out of his way when it comes time to training. Because a lot of this is not just about him, it's also about you. How can I get out of my dog's way while I'm training? So, the way we hold the leash hand is left hand, right hand is guide hand. Leash hand, thumbs up. I'm going to have this loop across my palm, and I'm only going to find one other point. You can even just put your finger right here and hold it like that. It doesn't take a lot of force for him to do stuff. But if I need to give him more leash, I'm sliding back like this, and I'm giving him more leash. If I need to get less leash, I'm just finding that one point, and I'm moving in and out. So luring doesn't only have to do with the dog, but it's also how can I get out of his way while I'm actually training with him. So he has this. Here we go, buddy. Good. Luring is so important because this is going to show him what are the positions that I can be in order to get paid. Yes, good boy. Also, when you are luring, you want to be right up to his nose. A big mistake that I see a lot of parents do is they try to go too far, too fast, right? So sometimes the dogs that will understand it, and you can lure them, but other times they'll just lose interest. So keep up to his nose, only about 2 to 3 inches away, and we can even get him to go up on his stop. Good. Get this out here. Here we go, bud. Here we go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. So right here, he's not coming. I'm still not going to force him. This is where a lot of parents, they get frustrated, they'll come in, they'll put their dog on there. But we want him to win with baby steps. So he's coming up, I'm going to give it to him. Yes! Catherine, could you hand me the treats? So I'm going to win with baby steps in this particular phase of training. He doesn't want to come up onto this weird new looking surface. Good, but look how far his head has come across this plane. And because I keep treating him, he can trust me that I'm going to keep giving him the treat if he makes it further and further. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Good boy. Yes. So right now, I can stop him from going back by controlling the leash. I'm not pulling him, I'm just stopping him from going back. Good. Yes, good boy. He did a big thing just now. He put his paw down on it.
How are you?
Oh, buddy. Here we go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy.
Hi there. How are you?
You're all good.
And we're going to continue to win with little steps. Yes, good boy. Go ahead, right here. So we're going to continue to win with little steps, one by one. And now Catherine is going to go over loose leash walking with you.
Right. Here, Bowie. Alright, so we did introduce Bowie to the prong today, as we talked about last time you were here, starting to introduce him to that. So today we do have him on the prong, and all we've been working on with him is just having right here, just a tight leash, keeping him on our left side, not pulling him anywhere, just keeping that loose leash while we're walking, and just slowly walking. Gonna start.
So did it go up?
Now I'm gonna draw an imaginary line in my head where I want Bowie to be, right? You can see right now that Bowie's front feet are equivalent with my front feet, and that's a pretty good place for him to be. We're gonna walk a little bit this way. Good. Really encouraging him to stay with that leash pressure and keep that pressure loose. Good.
If you want to head outside, so that way we have a longer line of sight.
Great. Thank you. So Bowie's being pretty good about staying by my side. Now when Bowie gets in front of me, oh, a little spook there. All I want to do, oh, he doesn't want to get in front of me. Let's go this way. Have a little bit more room. When Bowie gets in front of me, I'm going to stop, pop, pop, pop. Yes! And release that pressure as soon as he turns and releases the pressure himself. As soon as I feel pressure on the line again, pop, 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 until he turns with me. Gonna be just doing a short drill. Gonna go ahead and turn, pop, pop, pop. He automatically turned with me that time. Good boy. Gonna give him another turn. Pop, 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 pop. Good. We want to make sure that he's not building tension on the prong, so that so that he doesn't get used to that pressure and those pops start to mean nothing, right? We want to make sure that when there is pressure, it's pop, 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 and then that pressure is released once he has loose leash by our side again. Just keep the leash very short. This way. Pop, 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 pop. Yes, good. Pop, 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 pop. That time got ahead of me right there. Good. Pop, 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 pop. Good. All right. And that'll conclude leash walking for homework. All we're going to be doing is just, even in the driveway, those short little walks of just going forward, keeping him at our side, and then once he gets ahead of us and we feel that pressure start on the leash, those gentle pops, and then encouraging him to go the right direction. Bowie, yes, just like that. And just doing that back and forth in our front yard just to get him comfortable with what those pops mean, to release that pressure, and to get him comfortable just wearing the prong before we go out into these bigger environments and keep him loose leash. And that's all for today.